Hi, it's John here from CJM'S Events, event coordinator and race director. This is our podcast, See You on the Start Line podcast, which we started a couple of weeks ago, and we're trying to keep everyone up to date with the happenings with CJM's events. First is a big thank you to everybody who listened to last week's podcast. We've had over 20,000 plays on Facebook and 14,000 alone on CJM's Facebook page. This can also be viewed on our YouTube channels of CJM's events. So thanks for those who took some time to send some messages, and there were a few questions about our events coming up. But coming up today, we'll be quickly talking across our Back to Base, Wear Your Heart on Your Sleeve, Pawsome Run Review, Muddy Good Run, Colour Zone Run, Wine Run. Our bike races are all coming up very quickly with Ride the Rakaia, Ride the Wilderness, Bridge to Bridge, Gold Trail, the Graveler, and we'll also touch on the Aotearoa Ultra Marathon and the Canterbury Half Marathon. So Back to Base is our virtual running through Run NZ Run. It was a major fundraiser throughout the month of August. Our Back to Base fundraiser has now raised $39,057, and coupled with the $6,000 that was raised back on the 4th of August with the South Island Half Marathon, it's taken the funds raised over $45,000. So thanks to everybody. There's still some funds coming in, and hopefully that might even get close to $50,000. But all those funds will go to the Canterbury West Coast Air Rescue Trust, which is the Westpac Rescue Helicopter, and the Canterbury and Roa Mining Rescue Helicopter on the West Coast. So again, thanks. But then what we're doing with Run NZ Run, we jump straight into the Heart Foundation with our annual Wear Your Heart on Your Sleeve, and run 31 Ks in the 31 days of October. Now, this event throughout September, if you can register to it, registration is free. You sign up at runnzrun.co.nz. You can buy sleeves to heart sleeves. I should have one here to show you. I'll show you next week what they look like. The sleeves, arm warmers with the Heart Foundation logos on the wrists. You can purchase a medal for $24.95, and that medal at the end of October, once we know how many to order, we order those and they get distributed out to you as well. And you can donate and raise funds for the Heart Foundation when you sign up. So you register, you make a donation, anything, every dollar counts. And you can also sign up and have people sponsor you as well, and they can make donations to your cause for you've got your target you can set to raise, say, $500, and people turn around and they can donate to help you reach that. So please support the Heart Foundation for that. That is during sign up in September, and then on that's the 1st of October, you start doing, if you do 1K a day, you'll hit the 31 Ks. So if you don't do anything for 2 or 3 days, it means you're going to have to do a few more Ks for those other ones leading towards the end of the month. But please jump into that. It would be fantastic. Just a quick summary from the weekend. We had our inaugural Pawsome Run. It was held on Sunday at the Canterbury AMP Park. This was for both dogs and humans, where you could run 2.5K or 5K. But it was fantastic seeing big dogs, little dogs. There's probably some big people and little people there as well. It was just a really cool event, and seeing the dogs running around was great. It was quite hilarious at the start. We all lined up on the start line, and all the dogs started barking as if they really knew what was going to happen. They were excited as anything. When the hooter went off, the dogs just took off, and there were humans getting pulled, chasing their dogs, all on their leads, but a lot of humans running a lot faster than what they thought they were going to be, I think. It was really, really good. At the end, it was pretty cool to see some of the dogs jump into the water bins. They were there to be drunk for the dogs, and they were sitting in them, they were laying in them, and all sorts. It was really, really a good environment, great day, and people seemed to enjoy it. What we may look to do is hold another Pawsome Run in 6 months' time, somewhere around about March. We just want to find a date on the calendar, and we may turn around and do that again. So just keep an eye on that for future events. Coming up, say with Run NZ Run, we have the registrations for the Wear Your Heart on Your Sleeve, but we've still got Spring 5K and Father's Day 5K. They finish on Thursday, so you can get out and run 5K or walk 5K and record yourself, upload your time, and we publish the results. If you want to purchase the Spring 5K medal or Father's Day 5K medal, you can do so. So those are a couple of fun runs to do. We can do virtually at home. Coming up, you can get down and dirty at the end of September, the 29th of September. We've got Muddy Good Run. It's going to be at Mandeville Sports Centre with mud pits, cars to climb over, cars to crawl under. You've got cargo net climbs, all sorts of things to do. Heaps of mud, heaps of fun, and that's from 4-year-olds upwards. So, mum and dad, if you've got a young one, 4 years, or 5 years, or 6 years, you get the opportunity to go through the mud pits with them. There's no charge to the parents on the 4 to 6 year olds. It just saves us going through the pits to probably save the children of something. They don't want to go through them. It's just a heap of fun, and it's from 4 years right through. We have 4 years, then we have 7 to 13 individuals, and the kids run in their age groups. We have a family section where the children and families all have a ball. A lot of the kids really get stuck into the parents with the mud. It just creates some really cool memories. On other fun runs, we've got Colour Zone Run coming up on the 26th of November. And one of the other big fun runs that we have is Wine Run on Saturday the 18th of January. Now, this one is always a lot of fun. It's where you run a K and have a wine tasting, run a K and have a wine tasting. This year we're going to have cheese and crackers there. There'll be water, electrolytes, sparkling waters, all sorts of things. When you finish, you get a memorabilia wine glass and a coin to get your favourite wine that you tasted during the run or walk, as 90% of the people walk it. And then the bar's open and there's food trucks and live entertainment, and that's at Rosendale Wines. It's an event not to be missed. Other events are pre-Christmas. This is the Canterbury Half Marathon. That's on the 8th of December. Now, early bird entries for this close on the 22nd of September. We're getting a lot of interest coming through for this, and what we're going to have to probably have a look at is how many people we can accommodate really for the event at Pegasus. It's probably more about car parking, logistics, and working that out to make sure that we don't overload Pegasus and people can't get there or whatever. So we're just going to be very mindful of that. So if you are interested in doing the Canterbury Half Marathon, jump in quick, secure your spot. As I say, early bird entries close on the 22nd of September. So you can go to canterburyhalfmarathon.co.nz for that one. The bike seasons are going to be kicking off really, really quickly. We've got on the 6th of October, the 26th of October, Labour weekend, we have Ride the Rakaia. So that starts at the Mead Community Hall, goes up through the Rakaia Gorge, and then comes back down the Rakaia River Road or Bar Hill Road and finishes outside the Rakaia Domain. It's a 93k road race. Then 16th of November, we've got Ride the Wilderness on the West Coast Wilderness Trail. Fantastic ride. It's a real gravel bike haven, and mountain bikes as well. Good hardtail mountain bikes really, really fly on this. Bridge to Bridge on the 1st of December. This is for everyone. This is like so from 7-year-old kids on their bikes. They can do the 12k. We have a 30k, we have 58k, and we have the 115k in Giro, where you go up the north bank of the Waimakariri and down the south bank. 1st of February, we've got Gold Trail. This is just amazing. This ride on the West Coast, not on the West Coast Wilderness Trail. Definitely not. It's run through the forestry roads, starting at Shantytown, and you go up the Rutherglen Road up into Mary Creek Road, and then you go into the forestry and you go up what they call Mosquito Creek, and then you pop back down into the Aratika Farm, dairy farm, and you go through Elephant Road. There's some amazing sort of roads that you're riding on. They are roads. Farm roads, forestry roads. Some of them haven't been ridden or driven for some time, so it is an amazing race and scenery when you look out across Moana and Lake Brunner. It's just views to kill for. It's fantastic. So that's one you've got to really put in your diary. That's the 1st of February for Gold Trail. Then the 15th of February, not to be missed, this one is the Graveler, starting up at Hanmer Springs. So you've got 132k gravel bike race. There's 400 metres of tar seal, that's all, and 70 metres of grass to the finishing chute. It's one that's not to be missed. So this takes you up all the way through Molesworth Station. You're in the middle of nowhere. Phone reception cuts off before you get to the start line, which is just at the top of Jack's Pass. And from there out, if you've got a cell phone, no one's going to ring you. You've got no way of communicating with anybody. We have communications all set up for it throughout the whole ride, so we know where, what, and how everything's happening, but there's definitely no cell phone coverage. So that's one that's not to be missed, is the Graveler. The 11th of January, there's the Aotearoa Ultra Marathon. This ultra marathon is on Banks Peninsula. So it starts at Little River, takes you over to Port Levy to Pigeon Bay, up to the Summit Road where you look out across Akaroa, and then go back down to Pigeon Bay, Port Levy, up over Mount Herbert, and Gibby's Pass, along Summit Road, and then finishing in Hallswell Quarry. So that's a nice 101k with 4,055 metres of elevation. Or you can just start at Pigeon Bay and do the 53 with 2,278 metres of elevation, or start at Gibby's Pass and run 15k for 484 metres of elevation. It is a big day out. The 101k, for the first time last year, 13 hours was broken on the clock, so that was a new record. It is a big day at the office, and we did actually have one runner who started at 8 o'clock last year for the 53k, and he came in around about 11 o'clock at night. So it can be a big day even for 53. Just moving forward, naming right opportunities. There's a number of opportunities for naming right sponsorship across all our events, and if you are a naming right sponsor of any of our events, we actually give you the associate sponsorship across all our other events. So you actually get more than the naming rights. You get what we call 24/7 365. So you're actually getting advertising and branding for 365 days of the year. So those are the key things. We're getting a lot of questions coming through about some of the events. Muddy Good Run, one of the key things. Are there showers after the events? Yes, there are, and you do get washed down by firemen before you go and get in the showers as well. So the showers don't get as muddy as what that makes more cleaning for us actually. So that's why we wash people down, and we don't want any damage with mud or anything on it. And there are t-shirts for the children, which was asked. And then we've had a couple of questions about how many wines can I have a wine run. Well, you get a wine tasting at each of the wine tastings. We're just waiting on our liquor license to come through for that, and then we can market more and more about how many wines you are actually getting at the wine tastings. But historically, it's been 10 wine tastings if you do the 10k, and 5 if you do the 5k, and then the free glass when you cross the finish line. So then you can buy as many wines as you like, as long as you're still not over the limit or intoxicated and causing any issues. And bar closes at 8:30, and buses leave, or the music stops at 9, and the buses leave at 9:15. So that's basically us for the week, and that's a big thank you. Thanks for the questions. If anyone has any questions or anything about any of our events, just email me at john@cjmsevents.co.nz, or you can text me or call me on 027 226 7769. Until next time, we'll see you on the start line. Thanks.